10, 9, 8, 7.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the Just Two Marks Wrestling Recap Show. I'm the Athletic Geek, and I'm joined once again this week by Jedi Jason Kruger and another special guest via phone or computer phone, whatever it is you want to call it.
Technology.
Who will be at the Royal Rumble this Sunday? Double C, our neighbor to the north here, and if you've never seen this show before, this is the Just Two Marks Wrestling Recap Show. I met Double C at All In, but Jedi and I have been watching wrestling together for nearly 15 years. We love wrestling. We love talking about wrestling with other passionate wrestling fans. But at the end of the day, we're not actual insiders. Our opinions carry no more weight than any one of yours because at the end of the day, we're just two marks. We try not to use insider terms because we're not actually in the business. And we're here to share our love of professional wrestling. And a CU to Raybo, who is just joined us. And we got quite the show here because it is our Royal Rumble prediction show, and Double C is going to be there enjoying a classic Royal Rumble burger with
Not happening. Stupid burger.
I would, if it wasn't for the fact that it had coleslaw on it, I would get it just for the sake of it being there. I mean, I drank
Well, you could substitute them.
at StarCast. I drank a $9 mixed drink. I drank a $9 screwdriver because it was called the Meltzer driver at StarCast. So I would eat a Royal Rumble burger.
You mark.
I would not touch that thing. No. If the Rumble was probably held in the South, maybe, because I guess it would fit the theme of go crazy with carny food, but it's Phoenix, Arizona. That doesn't scream to me Phoenix. That screams to me Alabama.
Huh?
No.
I've never been to Phoenix.
I know some people from Arizona. It sounds about right.
Although a Royal Rumble in Bruce, Alabama would be amazing.
It's pretty cool having the Royal Rumble in St. Louis. That's pretty nice. But we're not going to waste any time today. We're going to get straight to our predictions.
Royal
Jedi!
Rumble!
30 men, 30 women.
Right.
Both feet much touch the floor. 30 men, 30 women.
And other stuff too, such as on the kickoff show, the Cruiserweight Championship Fatal 4-Way. Buddy Murphy, the champion, versus Kalisto, Akira Tozawa, and Hideo Itami. I messed that up. Oh well.
Who have you got and why, Jedi?
Buddy Murphy. He's had a good run, and he's going to keep it till Mania. That's
I agree with that. I don't really watch 205 Live, but I'm going Buddy Murphy. Double C, what say you?
I barely watch 205 Live.
Same.
Trying to find it, but I guess Buddy Murphy, he looks awesome. Like, I've seen highlights from when he won the Cruiserweight title in Australia, and that looked pretty epic for him.
Yep.
But yeah,
I feel like he'll lose it at Mania.
Yeah.
So
it won't be like a good opener show, because I know like that will be like
Get your blood.
like in the pay-per-view event.
Yeah.
205 Live is kind of weird in the fact that it's not NXT, but it feels like it's not the main roster either.
Yeah, it's just its own separate entity.
It's weird, and I don't like it because there's guys on 205 Live that should probably be like at least maybe going for the Intercontinental or Tag Team or
At least.
United States titles.
Right now on Wikipedia, it is going to be on the pre-show.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the card here.
Yeah, I got it here.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, we got the card in front of us, so we're good.
The other kickoff show, United States Championship match, Rusev versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
Why does it got to be on the kickoff show? Because this actually like has a build to it. Like there's some storyline behind this match. You
Gives
know,
them some time to rest before they come back out with the Royal Rumble.
I didn't think of it that way. There's some brilliant stuff from Jedi here, folks. I'm going Rusev in this one.
Yeah. I don't think he's gonna lose it yet.
I'm gonna go with Nakamura.
Ooh.
I want to see Shinsuke look his best.
Now,
Now,
now, is that who you want to win or who you think will win? Because there's a difference there. I know who I want to win the Men's Royal Rumble. We'll get to that later. But I have who I think is going to win the Men's Royal Rumble.
I think Nakamura will win.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I
Yeah.
think Nakamura. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I did say I think.
Okay.
That's fair.
Okay, that's fair. I'm just, because I can speak for myself here. I'm gonna have, especially when we get a little bit later, I want to have my very much like, here's who I want to win.
Yep.
But then there's gonna be, here's who's probably gonna win.
Yep. Alright, so now let's get to the weird one. SmackDown Tag Team Championship, The Bar versus Miz and Shane McMahon.
Well, I hate to say this. Go ahead, you start.
I don't even know where to begin. I think the whole Ms. McMahon thing is just weird. That all started from the Saudi event that nobody really watched.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I really don't have a winner for this. If McMahon and Miz win it, it's like, okay, so it's going to be just like when Rollins and Jason Jordan won it. Everyone's confused on why is this happening.
That's what I'm going with.
I'm going with Shane. I feel like the two best friends, but they're not the besties in the world. That's Davey Vega and Matt Fitchett. But anyway, shout out to those guys. I feel like the storyline's going to need them to win the titles because they want the, it's a stupid storyline that I don't like.
Right.
But I
Are
still...
you thinking of having Miz and Shane fight at WrestleMania?
I think that's where they seem to be going with it.
But I feel like they're going to win the tag titles first.
Exactly, and then have a breakup thing. Because that's what the tag titles is.
The tag titles exist as just a plot device to break up tag teams.
You said The Bar?
I say The Bar because I think there will be a point where I think there will be dysfunction between the
I
Miz
gotcha.
and Shane.
Okay.
I got you.
I mean,
I think it would, as much as I really hate to say this, I think it would be a good build-up for their matchup against WrestleMania and have the Miz win over. As much as I hate to say it.
yeah, well, you're going Bar, we're going Miz and Shane-O, so... Yeah.
Alright, so
We
now
ain't got to worry about disagreeing when we're
Right.
picking three-ways. Three-way pickage.
we're going to kind of high stakes one now. SmackDown Women's Championship, Asuka versus Becky Lynch.
I think Asuka's... I honestly, I think that there's going to be kind of a shady finish here. I think Asuka's leading with the title, but I don't know if they'll brawl to a no contest, or if there's
Going to be more Rousey
If
or
it's an no
Flair
contest, they
shenanigans.
wasted
Yeah.
their rivalry.
Yeah, I know, but WrestleMania season I don't know. It's hard to say.
WrestleMania up and we knocked the Macho. We knocked Macho Man over.
If
Macho Man
Asuka
guys-
retains, I'm trying to understand what her path at WrestleMania is, because I keep seeing it keeps seeming like it's going to be Charlotte and Rousey and Lynch, but that's just one belt if that's the case.
But there's enough women on the roster. You could.
There are, but no one's been. I mean, they're going to have to really work at it unless there's a surprise Rumble winner that just suddenly goes on a tear.
Well, we'll get to that later.
Fair enough.
There's two angles you can put it though. If Becky wins, I doubt there will be a WrestleMania rematch between those two, but I think Becky having a rival with someone on SmackDown, depending how they book it or something, or I guess how they roll with it, it would be interesting. But
But at this point, especially with the new rumors circulating that Rousey's possibly going to take time away from the WWE, an extended break from wrestling to pursue other interests after WrestleMania.
For Wrestling Unlimited, that she was going to leave after Mania.
Yeah, so if you don't do... That just kind of makes it seem like if you don't do Becky versus Ronda, which we've been wanting to see since Survivor Series, if we don't do it at WrestleMania now, then it's not ever going to happen, and that's a big, big, big miss on WWE's part. That is an unforgivable miss, in my opinion.
I'm thinking actually no, it would be a weird idea. I thought, what if Ronda drops the belt at Rumble, could she jump ship to fight Becky? If Becky wins the title.
I'm not...
It would be weird.
It would be weird, and I wouldn't want that to happen. I mean, and this has nothing to do with the rant, the 20-minute rant on Sasha Banks that I went on last week. Other than... I feel like you need Ronda to be dethroned at WrestleMania, and if someone already does it, the bloom's already kind of off the rose of that.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say
Asuka retention.
Asuka retains.
Don't know how.
You can call this a non-answer. It's either gonna go to like a no contest or Asuka or then or DQ, but Becky Lynch is not winning the SmackDown title.
Yeah, that's the bottom line. We think Asuka's going to retain.
I think it will be Becky versus Ronda because we've already
There's money there.
We've already seen Charlotte versus Ronda. It's a done deal.
Yeah.
Becky and Ronda, we haven't seen it yet.
Yes.
And I'll be happy to see that at Mania.
And it better go on last. That's all I'm fucking saying. If it's Becky and Ronda, but I mean, you can always have like, well, we'll get there.
Speaking of Ronda, Raw Women's Championship, Ronda Rousey versus the Boss, Sasha Banks.
Ronda Rousey.
Who I share a birthday with.
Ronda Rousey and
That's cool. You'll have a birthday surprise of Ronda Rousey kicking her ass.
Nah, I won't be surprised.
It'll be a good match. Sasha, you know, for as much grief as I gave Sasha last week about not being a huge fan of her character being a heroine, she will be able to bring the best out of Rousey. So I will give her that. I just don't like the character. I don't get it, but you know.
So Ronda Rousey,
We're gonna go Ronda with that one.
WWE Championship, Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles.
This one could actually go either way.
It really could. I'm going with Daniel
Which
Bryan.
must eat the Royal Rumble burger.
Yes.
Well, AJ would be on board with that, so, you know, because AJ's, you know, not one of them cis vegans.
That's right.
Nah.
I kind of wish it was a straight fight. I would love that more. Just so someone could get a Royal Rumble burger shoved in their face.
Yeah. Well, you know, you don't know yet. I'm going to go Daniel Bryan just because I don't think they're going to have AJ win the title back so soon. I feel like this whole storyline with, get your, you know, I need to see this come out of you, this, that, and the other.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with Vince McMahon on AJ, I feel like that's going to continue to build up to Mania, but not in a title match. Rumor and innuendo says he's going to wrestle Randy Orton, which makes me die a little on the inside because to me, Randy Orton's been stale since about 2012. He's not done anything really that I thought was any worth a fuck since about that year. So that kills me on the inside. That's going to be the best they can do for AJ.
You mean you didn't like that whole...
Will Daniel headline Mania then with the title?
No, he definitely will not. Not with Brock Lesnar or
Well,
possibly...
the main event, but it's like, will we have a match with the title?
I think so. I feel like with Bryan, there's a number of different ways we could go with it. But I feel like with Bryan kind of becoming the obnoxious, you know, vegan liberal now.
Vegan cult murder.
Yeah, with him becoming that obnoxious character, I feel like he'll get his at WrestleMania in a big match with someone.
I'm trying to think who will come after the belt next.
So this year, Daniel Price said.
Yeah, we need to go check out the comments.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, we've been ignoring the comments. I'm sorry.
about
That's
that.
Daniel. We have Daniel Price. Becky wins DQ. No way Asuka drops it. I agree.
Yeah.
SCU again.
I actually thought
By
about
the way,
that.
Geek, you have an elite shirt on? I got the one clip on.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I got this from the Young Bucks merch table at StarCast. So.
I got mine at Hot Topic.
Our schedule. Yeah, I agree with that, Daniel.
I will say Daniel retains.
Daniel retains for sure. I'm personally hoping for. Well, we'll discuss more scenarios when we get to our Rumble predictions. I keep wanting to jump the gun, and it's like because that's where the meat and potatoes of this episode is going to be.
Right.
You know, when we might have just triggered Daniel Bryan by saying meat, but
All right, so next we got Brock Lesnar versus
I wonder if
Finn Balor.
boycotting Arby's then.
Universal Championship. What was that?
I was gonna say, I wonder if Daniel's gonna boycott Arby's because they have the meats.
I would be surprised if Daniel ever ate at Arby's,
Yeah.
but that's besides the point.
Yeah.
So, Universal Championship, Brock Lesnar versus Finn Balor. We all know who's going to win. We all know who we want to win.
We all want Finn Balor to win.
But Vince won't listen to us because he's more scared of AEW signing everybody.
Or he just has a fetish for Brock Lesnar. We're going Brock Lesnar. He's taking that title with him.
Finn doesn't have the beef.
Finn does not have the beef.
The beef.
I actually will
Wants
say
the
this.
beef.
If they
Kenny
swerve-
Omega debuts as
Kenny
Kenny
Omega
Omega.
is not going to be at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Kenny won't. The boss confirmed it. Saying, yeah, sure, he'll breach his
His contract, yeah.
Yeah. Yes. He reaches.
That was hilarious.
That was good.
I love that.
Best answer I've ever heard.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar's retaining that one. Especially since he's already told us the demon's not going to come out. And it's like, well, that makes no fucking sense
like,
then.
damn it. No, I was gonna say, if they swerve us in Valor Wings, I will eat that Rumble burger on camera.
I'm holding you to that. I'm holding you to that. You're buying a Rumble Burger and eating it on camera if Finn Balor wins. You heard it here first, folks, on the Just Two Marks Wrestling Recap Show. Double C, if Finn Balor wins, will eat the Rumble Burger on camera. You heard it here first. It's on camera. You can't fucking get away with it. It's confirmed.
Nope, I'm here then. Mark my words,
Boom!
That stupid thing. There's no slaw on it. I'm actually not a coleslaw person.
Cleanly, then demon it.
Hey, does anybody want to...
I like that idea, Daniel. I like that idea a lot. I'm kind of on board with that.
So here's the quick question. Do we think he's going to be Demon Balor or just normal Balor? Because they haven't built it at all.
I feel like he'll be normal Balor.
Yeah.
Even though he brought
Same.
Demon Balor out for a... I mean, it was a great
Random
match,
SummerSlam.
but a random match against AJ.
Well, that's true.
Hang on though, they did swerve us that one time at SummerSlam when Demon Balor came out of nowhere.
To fight Baron Corbin?
Yeah. Corbin match.
Yeah.
So the demon will come out for Baron fucking Corbin, but it won't come out for Brock Lesnar in the Universal Championship.
I assumed it came out because it was SummerSlam and that's the first time it came out on the
And
main roster.
honestly, I think with Phoenix, it would be perfect for him to like come out of the demon. Like just look like the Cobra, and look like the Diamondbacks. And they have it in a freaking
That'd be cool. Well, but maybe he's not going to be the demon because they know right away they don't want to destroy the demon, but they also know that Finn Balor has about an Ice Cube's chance in hell of winning this. So.
Well, it's like this though. Would you, if you see a Matt Hardy match, would you prefer him as the obnoxious Matt Hardy version 1, or would you prefer him as Broken Matt? It's like you got two alter egos to work with. I would prefer watching Broken Matt.
Yeah.
Because as creepy as that was when I first saw it, I get
It grows on you or it turns
Yes!
you off.
at first I thought the gimmick was
Wonderful! Oh, I thought it was dumb too, and then it did. Yeah, I'm just like, this is the
I
greatest
thought
thing.
was dumb.
This is the greatest thing I've ever
One person out
seen.
there- If there's one person out there who said, "Oh, I thought the Broken Night thing was perfect from the start," it's like, no,
You're a liar.
You're a liar.
Yeah.
So
now-
Charles list is you're a liar.
Well,
So,
now it comes down to the good
Now
part.
the main events, if you will. The 30 Women Royal Rumble and the 30 Men Royal Rumble.
Let's go ladies first in this
Ladies
one.
first.
Jedi, who do you got and why?
I actually like... Let me find it real quick in the comments because they said exactly... Daniel said exactly what I did. I believe. Was it? Where's it at? Ah, yes. Charlotte and Becky both go over and tie and somehow simultaneously win it.
That would be cool. That would be cool if they could do that and then just, you know, do a... If that's like how... If that's the only way to get to the triple threat. I was going to look at...
Well, they're not going to pull like the whole Brett Luger thing or Batista and Cena land at the same time. Because at least with Batista Cena, they at least had a little rematch after
This is
came out of
true.
the ring and then he pulled his hand.
Yeah.
They're not-
Well, who's your... Well, what's your pick? Who's your pick?
Well, you know who I want to win, but I'm not going to say it out loud, so I'm going to say on who I think might win. So I'm looking at the ladies right now, but this is a weird one. I've been hearing like rumors. People want Ember. People think it's going to be Charlotte or
Yeah.
I will say Ruby Riott.
Really?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been kind of like pushing her a little bit, so it's like, you know, like the Riott spot.
You think Ruby Riott will possibly go after Asuka then instead?
Why not?
I'd be on board with that. As long as she's not going after Rousey, I'm cool with it.
Didn't they have like history on NXT before, Ruby and Asuka?
Probably.
Maybe a little bit. But as long as it's not Ruby Riott, as long as they don't waste Ronda's last match on Ruby Riott, no offense to Ruby, but just not, it's not the Becky Lynch match that we got taken from us that we all want to see. I'm going Charlotte in this one. I think Charlotte's going to win, and through some kind of chicanery shenanigans, Becky will find herself, and then that's how they get to this rumored triple threat.
Gotcha.
I will say my surprise entry, Ashley Massaro. My surprise entry.
Gotcha.
I freaking miss her. I mean, oh my
Well,
God.
that makes one person at least. I was not a big fan. No offense, just never really cared for her. But I do have a funny story regarding Ashley Massaro indirectly and Seth Rollins.
Okay.
It was at the LWA show that we went to back in 2009. And he was Tyler Black then, he was kind of his table, he was selling his stuff.
Uh-huh.
And there was a table next to him had one of Ashley's Playboys. And I remember looking up and seeing Tyler Black at the time just kind of like thumbing through it, Ashley's Playboy before the
Nice.
before he went to the back to get ready to wrestle. So that's my indirect story regarding Ashley Massaro and Seth Rollins. No, Eric, she wants to go have a safety babeling and try and...
I was gonna say, I know why she left, because her daughter was like really sick. But okay, now that I forget, I was like, what?
Well, I have no comment on that. I don't know what to say to that, Daniel. So
I
don't know.
Yeah.
So men's Royal Rumble then, I guess.
all right, well, here's kind of where we go into the, and I guess we could say for the women's too. Who would you like? This is who we all think will win. Who would you like to see win? Well, I already know Double C. He's just because of him. It's fun to pretend and it's fun to fantasize. When you have no idea how to. When you want to just take a big bunch of money and set it on fire, but.
Stop.
You want to throw away Becky and Ronda for Ronda and Nikki. And I like Nikki Cross.
No. Not Ronda, Nikki Asuka.
Okay, that I can get
I told
behind.
you that last week. Nikki Asuka, because Nikki wants to play. And those two have had history. That I know.
It's true.
Yeah. The only difference is
Sandy could get in on it.
maybe not. I even pitched last week. They kind of do a horseman with Sandy trying to keep people from getting to Nikki eventually. Like the way the horseman kept people from getting to Flair.
Putting Nikki on SmackDown would reunite Sanity.
Yep.
Oh, it's the only viable option. You just don't necessarily have to have her win the Royal Rumble to do that. My pick for the Royal Rumble would be there needs to be the man just needs to go psycho on somebody after she gets shafted out of the title, take their spot, win the Royal
You
Rumble.
mean Carmella? Because I feel like it's gonna be Carmella.
It should be Carmella. Fuck, just get rid of Carmella. Let her come in at Carmella's number 30, have her beat up Carmella, come in at 30, kick ass, and then go, Ronda Rousey, I'm coming for you, sucker. That's what I want to happen.
Actually, wait, I just thought of something hilarious. I think someone brought up live stream when I was having an Instagram live with Luge Mania. Someone mentioned what if Arn Jordan came out to the women's rumble.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, I'm in the wrong one.
Yep. That would be consistent with his character.
Please. Because when he did that one time when he brought up ladder to that, it's like, oh, okay, he's gonna demolish everyone with the ladder, and then it's like he's caught me on the back.
What I would also like to see is I'd like to see R-Truth just come in the women's rumble and think, all right, this is my spot, and then they like all just throw R-Truth out so they can save number 30 in the men's rumble for somebody relevant.
Oh, please. Please, it would just be like the time the women's division beat up Santino Morello.
Yes, that's what I want with R-Truth. And the means to the end is so that way.
You
So,
get down to like the final four, and then he makes his entrance. They all just look at him and throw him back over there.
and then that way we have like
staring down.
we have like a surprise number 30 in the men's then.
Running out. You see Carmelo running out. Like, what are you doing? This is the wrong one.
Right.
And then I think all the women they throw Carmelo and Archer, so I say, but I think it'd be.
I'd be okay with that, but I also want the man to beat up Carmella, take number 30, and then go to WrestleMania with Rousey. That's what I would like to see. But Jedi, you got one?
Even if the Rumble doesn't end in a tie, which by God it better not, there's still 2 more pay-per-views when they can add some matches up.
Yep.
They can. I'm just thinking like.
Chamber. They can. You know what? Here we go. Say like we can add like a third person to the Becky Ronda match. They can be an elimination chamber and be like, here, you can be the third person to be in the triple threat.
Yep.
Well,
It won't be in the chamber though.
But here's the problem with the third member of a triple. If Charlotte just straight up wins, and then they're like, we're gonna have a triple threat with Rousey, it's kind of like that makes no sense.
Yeah.
You know, like it's. I feel like they've kind of roped themselves into a corner with this. And there's only like a few like there's kind of like extreme. That's like the only way to get there and it be like smooth, like in a like storyline smooth makes sense kind of way is to do something very very detailed like what I'm saying. Or just have Becky just enter the fucking Rumble, but I want to see just Becky win and then her straight up just fucking face Rousey in the main event at WrestleMania on her own. But I see it being a triple threat, but as long as the man beats Rousey, I'm all good.
Don't forget in the Elimination Chamber, they're going to crown the Women's Tag Champions.
Yeah.
That's going to be the Women's Elimination Chamber this year.
Okay, well.
I don't know why
They've already announced that.
I don't know why they didn't want to debut the tag titles of Rumble, the women's tag titles.
Or
That would like to see
Evolution.
Riot
This wasn't
Squad
on the cards.
minutes.
Yeah, there might be too much going. There might be too much going on at the Rumble to
Probably.
debut in there.
Yeah, because
honestly.
they already went in. All the tag teams are in the Rumble.
Yeah.
Prepare for the Rumble.
So there's that. Now we'll get to the men's Rumble now. Who do you want to win? And then we will go to who we will think will win. Take a look at some comments here. Excuse me, Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
Showing the match and shits all over Becky's push. They're back into the corner with the simultaneous finish. I agree, Daniel.
I'll start with my surprise entry. I think someone out of NXT obviously is going to show up. I'm thinking Aleister Black.
I'd be
Yeah.
Did you say who you want to win the Royal Rumble? I was reading chatter comments.
I think Velveteen Dream's going to be in it.
I think so.
He's not. Doesn't have a takeover match, and he always says that.
Everyone's going to freak.
Yeah.
There's a rumor that.
I mean, last year we had Adam Cole.
Yeah.
Last year, though.
No, I said last year we had Adam Cole. So I was meaning Velveteen Dream would be this year's
Who would have
NXT.
thought Adam Cole would have come late?
Yeah.
I mean,
So this year it'd be a Velveteen Dream would be
Yeah.
a good one.
oh, shoot.
They might have a Cena Velveteen Dream match at Mania. I would love that.
I would like to see that too, but maybe next year's Mania. I feel like Cena. I feel like Undertaker might ride into the sunset this year, and I feel like him and Cena have some unfinished business.
Yeah.
And for all the flack that you get with Cena, he could carry Undertaker and his stake to a better match than Roman could.
Oh, yeah. Almost guarantee it.
Actually, what if Taker does his swan song by challenging Lesnar for the title?
I would be very angry. I would be angry. But I would be, but I wouldn't walk out on it because I like the Undertaker and I want to see his last match. So if that were to be the case at WrestleMania, Who do I want to win Seth Rollins? Well, I have two, actually.
Okay.
Seth Rollins for the idea we talked about last week,
Mm-hmm.
where he goes to challenge Lesnar, this, that, and the other. Or Rey Mysterio, just because I really want to see Rey Mysterio and Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. And
Yeah.
Rey
That's one of
Mysterio's
mine,
just
too.
such a likable, good person that him going up against douchey vegan Daniel Bryan would be like a nice little contrast. And they'd have a phenomenal match. And they could build up the story of last year was Ray's return. This year is Ray's, he comes full circle.
Right.
But I think Seth Rollins also. So that'd be kind of who I'd like from Raw, who I'd like from SmackDown.
Okay, but who do you think's gonna win?
You knocked Ravishing Rick Rude over.
Goodness, how rude of me.
That was a rude awakening.
Mm.
Who do you want to win the Rumble, Jedi?
Rey Mysterio is definitely one of the picks. I could also go for Seth Rollins. Not necessarily even against Lesnar, but against Daniel Bryan. Although I think if he does win, it'll be Lesnar because the Shield's staying on Raw,
Yeah.
whether they're the Shield or not.
Double C. No, you're not. No, I apologize.
No, you're all right. We're just doing who we want to win right
Yeah.
now, right? Yeah.
Double C, you got. Who do you want to win the Men's Royal Rumble? Hello? Who do you...
Sorry, I thought that. I was still talking. Okay, on the SmackDown side, I say Jeff Hardy. He challenges Daniel Bryan.
That could actually work. Because it could be one of the... They're both kind of free spirits, but one's kind of like a nice guy about being a free spirit, and the other guy's a dick about it. So it would kind of make sense.
Just like Samoa Joe tried to attack Hardy's demons, Daniel can do the same thing.
Yeah.
Because as much as I need to say, Hardy is an easy target for when it comes to past experience. So it's
Right.
Such as a great flashback to when he fought Sting and he was drunk, high, or something.
man.
I didn't know.
Yeah, but the only thing that intrigues me more would make me give it to Ray more than Jeff would be because Ray and Bryan hasn't happened yet, and Wrestle may be a good spot for their first match.
Ray's done it before, though. As much as I hate to say it, I love Mysterio with all my heart, but he's done this before. He's over a really stupid angle where he's like, he's gonna win it for Eddie. It's like
that's true, but
it's like it was stupid.
He's done it before, but I feel, and this isn't a slide on Jeff Hardy.
Mm-hmm.
I think Rey Mysterio's better, and if I had to pick the two, I'd pick Ray just because I think Rey Mysterio's better than Jeff Hardy. That's not a knock on Jeff. I just think that Ray's better, and I think Ray would have a better match with Daniel Bryan. That could be the greatest WrestleMania match of all time, Rey Mysterio and Daniel Bryan. So.
Well, I would say. But that's my SmackDown side. Raw side, as crazy as I'm going to say this, Bray Wyatt.
Okay.
He's been gone, but he's been getting...
If that's what you want to see, I hope that's not who you think is actually going to win.
But Bray, if you set up Bray and Lesnar, those are, I think, one match at freaking Roadblock that, again, nobody watched.
Yeah.
Bray Brock, that would be an angle.
What's an angle?
Sorry. At that, set up that storyline between, a beast...
What's an angle other than a Kurt?
Mm.
I'm tired, okay? Okay.
It's all good.
Storyline between Bray and Brock, whereas the Beast fighting a man who thinks he's God.
Yeah, I could see it working. I think there's potential there.
And well, have they not screwed it up? You saw how he was able to get under the skin on Xavier Woods, scaring him. Now imagine you could actually see Brock fearing Bray more than he did on Undertaker at Mania 30.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't
be bad.
And for Bray to win the Universal title, I think that'd be perfect. Where he would say, I am the face. I am the face of WWE. He goes back to this whole persona where he is a better cult leader than Daniel Bryan's trying to be.
Right.
That
wouldn't be bad.
I would have wanted Bray and Bryan, but again, it happens, except this would be in reverse, but
I feel like if it were to happen, it'd be a good idea, but I feel like it's just hasn't been properly built up enough to get WrestleMania time if it were to happen. Like,
Right.
you would have needed to be starting to push Bray, get Bray a little bit more ready if that were to happen now. But I like the idea of it.
Well, again, he's been like off. But I do think he will show up at Rumble. Like,
Yeah.
you hear like his little cutout, everyone's like, holy crap, he's back. Even though he was at a dark show, he's clearly okay. But
Right.
Bray at Rumble, I'm gonna call it.
All right.
But who I think will win?
Let's get to that. Oh.
I'm sticking with Hardy.
You think Jeff Hardy is actually going to win the Royal Rumble?
It'll be a perfect swan song for him because Matt already said he's gonna hang out. So I think with Jeff to win the title at Mania, it's like, okay, everyone cried when he won it at Armageddon. I think if he makes it at Mania, it's just perfect.
As long as he's going after Bryan and not Lesnar, we're good with that.
Well, I would prefer a Hardy Bryan angle because
What's an angle?
Storyline because it'd be a lot better. Just
Yeah. Oh yeah.
how you persuade it.
Well, Jedi, I think you and I are probably thinking about the same thing. Who we actually think's going to win.
Maybe not.
I'll just go ahead and give mine first. Braun! Braun Strowman's taking out his match. He's going to go. He's going to kick everybody's ass in the Royal Rumble. He's going to get his rematch with Lesnar at WrestleMania. That's what I think's going to happen.
I'm gonna go with
It's going
Rollins.
to turn into another Reigns-Lesnar feud. Where
I
it's
know.
like, how many times are you going to have to
I
fight
know.
before it's like, yeah, like,
You're probably not wrong.
You're not wrong. I'm just saying,
I hate
this is what... knowing how WWE operates, and we might need to see some chatter comments.
There's-
Notice how WWE operates.
There's nothing there.
Nothing new? Okay.
Just stuff about Rousey.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, with I'm not saying that that's a good thing or what should happen. I'm just saying with the way WWE operates, they're gonna think, let's put two big guys like we did last year, and there you go. And it'd be all worth it if at WrestleMania Braun finally wins. But yeah,
Yeah.
No. Because we all said, oh, Roman's going to win WrestleMania 34.
I turned the pay-per-view off. Just I want to say that for the record. When it got to that match, I honestly could not care less about this match. Click.
I was so tired. I just
Oh,
wanted
well,
it to
that
be
was
done, and then it
unfortunate.
was, and I was so confused. And then I went to bed confused.
That was unfortunately the main event.
Oh, I know, right?
Because that thing...
And people shit all over it, too. You know? Again, I'm sorry the man's sick, but he's just not... It proves that he's not that good in that role.
It wasn't a good match.
I feel like they'll have to bring an energy drink to MetLife Stadium if the show's going to drag for God
Yeah,
knows how long.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have the title matches, and then you're going to have some storyline matches. So it's like, oh, God. That's
Yeah.
why I kind of say I don't want Taker to show up at Mania. Because then it's going to be like, oh, SmackDown.
But I don't... It's kind of one of those... If he's going to do a swan song... If Taker's last match is going to happen, I want it to be this year just because I want to say I was there for the Undertaker's last match.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's what everyone in Orlando said.
Well, you know.
But this year he'll have a better opponent than Roman Reigns. He'll go like, all right, Taker, we're going to make sure that you can be carried into a more watchable match.
Plus, he can move now somewhat.
Yeah, he
Well,
can...
just
when he
speaking of
fought Reigns.
Roman, I've heard like the rumors that like his leukemia fight's been getting better. This is going to be the million dollar question: will Roman be able to wrestle at Mania?
Ooh.
That'd be really close, but we're not going to speculate on that because it has to do with a debilitating disease, and I just don't feel right speculating about that.
Yeah. Like I don't know what the condition is so far, but I've been like seeing that it's like he's
I want him to get better, but and I want him to come back because that means a man's beat cancer. He's resumed his career. But
Right.
if he doesn't wrestle at WrestleMania, like I'm not going to want a refund. That's no offense to anybody. I hope he gets better. I will jump out of my chair if he shows up at Mania because it means that a man's beat cancer. But then but if he's wrestling a wrestler I like, I'm going to promptly treat him like I've always treated him, and I'm going to boo him because that's what Roman Reigns would want. He wouldn't want to be treated special because of
Right.
his afflictions.
Yeah.
Daniel says Taker versus Aleister Black.
That'd be cool. Taker versus Aleister Black.
It would be. It actually would be interesting if you see if Roman gets better, him fight Dean at Mania.
Yeah, that'd be cool. We still have a Jedi pick. Oh, you went with Rollins, didn't you?
I did go with Rollins.
You already
So
go with
Daniel.
Rollins?
Yep, I'm going with Rollins.
Yeah, we're gonna Rollins.
I just don't feel like Braun's gonna be in it. I don't know. Things have cooled off so much there.
Yeah.
We'll see. I don't know.
It's
He had a really weird role last year.
Taker versus Aleister Black would be that'd be interesting.
That I would love, actually.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
See, if we finally got away. You know what I would really like though, if Truth gives up his 30 spot being in the women's match, and you know who I would like to be a number 30, even though he said he's not going to do it?
Who?
Shawn Michaels.
Mm.
And then Shawn Michaels wrestles Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania.
Here we go again.
It'd be a good match, and it'd be a built-in storyline where he'd talk about fickleness, like he could throw in the face that Shawn threw away his retirement for a payday with Saudi blood money, and he could throw that in Shawn's face, and then he could go, Shawn could have been, you're right, I did do this, but now I'm going to come out, I'm going to come after my prize student, and I'm going to show him that it just writes itself. If Shawn's willing to do it, Bryan and Shawn would be a classic, but for all intents and purposes, it seems like Shawn's not going to do it.
I do.
Vince would basically drop his rivalry with AEW if he allows his wrestlers to drop the words Saudi blood money.
Yeah, I know.
If that's ever getting dropped, then they're finally admitting, yeah, what we did was stupid.
Yeah, I know, but hey, we're talking fantasy. That's fantasy right there.
No, but even fantasy, that's no.
No, fantasy is you're a bigger hypocrite than Chris Benoit. That's fantasy.
They could always hint around without saying anything.
Like,
Pretty good at that.
all you have to say is you came out of he wouldn't have to use Saudi blood money. He'd say you came out of WrestleMania destroyed your retirement for a payday. You're the biggest fickle hypocrite of them all.
Right.
And the storyline is written.
I would actually love if AEW at their shows would drop the words, we're not some company that will take Saudi blood money just to draw stars.
Yeah. We'll see what happens to AEW. They got their work cut out for them now, but, yeah.
You know who is going to be in Vegas.
I don't know. I haven't seen that yet, so I don't know.
I know.
Yeah, I can't afford to go. They sandwiched this show way too. That kind of pissed me off about AEW. They kind of put this show way too close to WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be kind of hard for these traveling
Right.
fans to do two trips this close together.
It's true.
I mean, I kind of get you got to get the ball rolling when you can. And in a market like that, you're still going to have a sellout. It just kind of sucks for people that want to travel. But we already dropped a bunch of money to go to New Jersey and then Vegas. A month and a half later, that's asking a lot of people.
Yes, most of us
Well,
have jobs.
That's being held on Memorial Day weekend.
I understand why they're doing it. I'm just saying there's going to be a lot of people that aren't made of money that have already committed to WrestleMania, Madison Square Garden, etc. that are going to be going would have liked to have known this earlier. I get that was out of their hands. It's just kind of,
Maybe we might have had people at All In who were just at SummerSlam 2 weeks ago before that show happened.
Yeah,
That's true.
I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying
I know.
there's a lot of people that can't make two trips that close together. But
To me, it's just basically, I just need to buy the flights. I can find the tickets fine, and I can get in there and be okay. It's just finding the flights that's flexible is going to be difficult.
yeah.
Because at least with Chicago, Cleveland, Chicago is actually not bad. It's why you book Southwest, people.
Oh, you could probably drive from Cleveland to Chicago. I mean, I took a train.
I don't drive.
Yeah, fair enough. But I think that's pretty much our predictions for this week.
Consider a train.
I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's a wrap.
That's everything. So thank you for Sunday. My favorite pay-per-view of the year, and I'm paid off work that day, and
I think we're actually going to watch it Sunday.
yeah,
That's-
Jedi's coming over. Long lost JC at the Deluxe Asterix is going to be there. I'm going to be drunk.
You'll love this, Mike. You'll love this. Where I'm sitting, section 316. Only
Nice.
irony.
That's awesome.
Nice.
That is awesome.
I actually have a really good bird's eye view, like just overlooking like the stadium and the ring.
That's all.
So it's like how you're like
So,
sitting
yeah.
behind the home plate. That's where I am.
That's awesome. Double C's going to be there. We're going to be.
Yes.
We're gonna be
watching it.
we're gonna be watching it and not paying ungodly. Well, at least be able to pay cheaper prices for our beer and our food.
Yeah.
But you heard it here. You heard it here. If well, what is the stipulations for a Rumble Burger?
If Balor wins.
If Balor wins, he will eat the Rumble Burger. You heard it here. That's pretty much it for us
If
this
Balor
week.
wins the title, right?
Yeah, wins the title, yes. I won't make him do it for a DQ. We won't hold him to that on a DQ. But, Jedi, no social media because he's got kids. Don't have time for that shit. Double C, social media. Want to plug social media? Do you want to plug social media?
Oh, sorry. I was like, are you asking me or Jedi?
You.
Okay, social
I don't have any.
media. You can find me on 2 accounts. You can find me at Eric Zarens. I also run a soccer account at VFC Alliance. That's where you can find me.
All right. And you can like my Facebook page at facebook.com/athleticgeek89. Follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/athletic_geek89. If you enjoyed this video and like to see others like it, please subscribe, share this video if you like it. Check out my other videos, not just from the world of wrestling, but from the world of comic books, video games, and all things geek culture. But for now, for Double C and Jedi Jason Kruger, we are just Pretty Marks, and we're out.